Hi guys, let's do one of these again because I haven't in over a year actually, and I never did vertical levels, so I figured I'd do a vertical level now. The absolute first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you view subscreen boundaries. In order to get a level to be vertical, we go to level, change properties and header, and we scroll down this one with the arrow keys, or at least I do. Make sure it doesn't say do not use this level mode right here. We want to find one that says layer 2 level, otherwise it's just a background that we can't interact with, and that's not what we want. It's currently blank because I've been messing around with this earlier. We want to also have one that says layer 2 interact yes. With that done, click OK. Changing to this level mode will cause Lunar Magic to delete objects and sprites beyond the new lower max screen's limit. Proceed, yes. Changing to this level mode will cause Lunar Magic to replace the image on layer 2 with level data. That's exactly what we want, actually. Proceed, yes. Now we end up on the right screen. I actually want to be on the left. We also don't want to start all the way at the top. I wanted to make a bottom to top type level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this and I'm going to build some stuff on the first screen or two, and I'll be back when I've done that. See ya then. One thing to note with vertical levels is that it tends to be a bad idea to ever cross the screen boundaries. You never want to cross over to the right screen, or rather, you don't want to have one object crossing the boundary. You obviously don't want to level with a single screen, so what you can do is you can patch objects together so that they don't overlap, but so that they're right next to each other on where the screen border is. Now, in order to get something to move, a moving layer 2, we're going to go into layer 2. That's this middle thing right here. We're going to find tileset specific object, and we find this, for example, four-sided edge ground square. It only exists in the underground tileset. We're going to have them move from left to right in a long pattern, I believe. And so what we can do is we can have it appear behind here and come out, or we can have it start all the way over here and start going out. Note that for moving objects, it seems that the crossing the screen boundary doesn't really matter. Or rather, if it does it in the motion, it doesn't matter. But if you make it cross the screen boundary, when you place it, it's gonna appear all glitched. So make sure none of it is actually overlapping to the other side of the boundary. Now, in order to get it to actually move, what we want to do is we want to go to sprites, sprite layer, go to add sprites, we find special commands and generators, and I am going to find layer 2 scroll long. Note that it also says set layer 2 horizontal scroll to none. Always follow these instructions. Always, always, always. Because it's gonna glitch otherwise. One way or another, it's gonna glitch otherwise. Here you have a bunch of layer 2 commands that you can apply. You can experiment with them yourself. Note, however, that when you place them, they might say layer 2 scroll may glitch. Make sure they don't. Keep moving them around until they say layer 2 scroll sideways long, or whatever it is they're supposed to say. Just make sure they don't say may glitch, because the may is kind of redundant. It should say will glitch, pretty much. So we're going to place it somewhere on the screen. I guess it doesn't matter too much where. Actually, the Y position, I believe, modifies how far the layer 2 moves. So depending on where you place it, you can modify the distance very slightly, but just make sure. I think I'm going to place it down here at the bottom, and I'm gonna test this now, make sure it actually works, so I'll be back when I'm done with that. Actually, obviously I forgot to set horizontal scroll to none, so I am dumb. Let's go to other properties, I believe it is. Yes, we want to find this in this top drop-down menu. We want to set horizontal scroll to none, V scroll to constant. We set that. We also, since the background is kind of boring and empty right now, we want to go to this layer 3 options thing. We want to set it to tileset specific. Depending on what tile set it is, we're gonna get a layer 3 that replaces the background pretty much. On our current tile set, which is 3, we're gonna get stationary rocks. If we were on E, we would get scrolling rocks. If we were in a ghost house, we would get windows. We would get mist. I'm sorry, if we were in a castle, we would get windows. We could get mist for a ghost house, that type of thing. We're gonna OK that, save, and I'll be back when I've tested this. Okay, so what I've done here is I've gone ahead and I changed this to a short scroll instead of a long one, just because it looked better in this level. And again, don't overlap the screen boundaries, or don't make a single object cross the screen boundaries because it's gonna look weird. I think that's all for that, actually. Just remember that the screens go from 0 at the top to higher numbers at the bottom. The game actually automatically limits the number of screens you can have, so that shouldn't be a problem. You can't exceed the screen limit, actually. With that, I think we are pretty much done with this part. You would just go ahead and build a level like you normally would, except it's up to down instead. And with that, thank you for watching.